inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm talking about why flow is the most attractive quality for you to have in 2021. Okay? Why is flow state, out of all of the things I could have said, right? Why is that the most attractive and magnetic quality? Because one, you're being present. You're not worried about the past or the future. This is where anxiety kicks in. Anxiety is a teleportation time machine. I keep telling you guys this. Okay? You're going to the past, you're going to the future. Memories, desires, memories, desires. No. Bring yourself back to the now. That is what is going to get you into the zone. That is where you tap in, and that is where you authentically live. It's in that mindfulness. What am I seeing? What am I hearing? What am I touching? What am I smelling? I'm here right now. And I'm here to engage with the world. I'm not interrupting people while they're speaking. I'm genuinely engaging them. I'm giving them genuine compliments. I'm raising my own energy and own vibe. And people are sensing that. People can actually sense when you are doing it from an authentic place and whether you're not. Okay? And people can sense, especially women can sense this, is when someone isn't taking good care of themselves. Okay? If your self-care is off, if your self-respect is off, it's going to come across in how you carry yourself. Okay? So really, really take this into consideration. Okay? The next thing would be to also understand not to victim blame. Okay? Stop blaming others for your problems. When you're in the zone, you're just like, okay, I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to accept responsibility and do this. And I'm not going to blame others and criticize others. Okay? No, it was Sarah's fault. They made me do it. Oh, it's the government's fault. It's nobody else's fault, my friend. Okay? Accept where you are and move into the zone. Being in the zone makes you competent and skillful. You know what's a really attractive quality when you are in the zone is you are tapped into that group flow energy, and you notice certain people conversating with you, and you have this balance of humor and dismissiveness. You're not leaning in too much that you're invested so much into the conversation, but you're not leaning back so much and ignoring them completely. It's like this ability to generate your own vibe. It's almost like a musician quality. You notice like a musician gets off stage, a fan gives them a compliment, they're like, oh, hey, thank you. Right there in the line like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I can't believe it. No, because they're used to it. They've desensitized themselves to that kind of attention. Okay? The next thing is that composure. Okay, flow state keeps you in that composure, keeps you in that pocket. So being able to respond from a calm place and not getting easily triggered by things or super sensitive, but being able to react from a place where you feel calm and collected and from a space of composure will make you extremely attractive. The next thing is knowing your strengths, knowing what you're good at, and giving. The giving mentality and giving nature. Okay, be useful, contribute. When you're in a conversation, you're giving information of value. Okay, have some icebreakers in mind. Come in and just, instead of talking about, hey, how's the weather? Or some lame small talk, and talk about books you've read or movies you've watched or something more interesting. You know, what are their passions about? Get people to open up about themselves. It's not all about you. Get that selflessness going. The flow state is attractive because it's selfless and it's timeless. Okay? When I have to tap into that timeless energy, I tap into Doctor Strange. So when I'm talking with someone, I imagine that nothing else is important but just me communicating with that person. That moment is all that matters. Oh, there's someone over there on a bicycle. I don't care, right? I'm engaged with you right now. Understand that when you're tapped into the flow state, you're not going to look for the amazing catchphrase or the pickup line or the routine or the greatest metaphor ever. No, all of that is just going to download into your brain. You don't even need to try, you just need to do. And through the doing, you get power through the action. The wisdom comes from you taking the action. And the flow state Jedi knows this. So they just take the action and they know eventually something's going to pop into their brain where their subconscious mind is going to open up and there you go. You know what I just thought of? That's the flow. Whoa, I just realized something. That's the flow. I'm so excited about this project that I'm working on, and you saying that just reminded me that this is the flow. That little moment of a burst of insight, that aha moment, that spark in the eyes, that feeling of like, oh man, I get something, I got it. There's something here. I want to maximize this. I want to create a better opportunity for people here. It's that giving nature where you're not expecting anything, but you're genuinely sharing your heart and dropping your heart walls and connecting with someone. Now, look, these are things that I'm not perfect at, okay? But I know them consciously, so I can tweak them and fine-tune them by actually getting in the zone and allowing that zone to teach me things. When you're tapped into the state, it's going to teach you things. When you get out of this state, you want to reflect on how it felt when you were in the state, so you can consolidate and reflect. That's the recovery phase that comes after the flow. So you'll go to a lot of, website, how do I be more attractive? Oh, just be confident. Just smell good. Just look good. Look, what do these things show? What are these things showing? Health indicators, right? You're looking good. Hey, you're a healthy person, right? Your offspring is not going to be weird. They're going to be nice and healthy too. And the lineage is going to keep going. So if we're thinking of it genetically, survival value, replication value, if we're thinking it like that, if we're really thinking of it like that, flow state is the ultimate ability for you to tap into your higher self and your best self, which is why it's such an attractive trait. Because if you're tapped into your best self, automatically things start happening, right? Synchronicities start happening, you start getting good luck, you start noticing opportunities walk through your door. And it's just this natural process. It's not a forced process, but it's getting out of your own way. And your own way is the ego, right? The ego blocks, it starts to distort your reality and create delusion and fantasy rather than you just acting on the instinct, the natural impulse that you get from within. Not in a way to harm others, rationally doing it, right? In a way where you're just connected to yourself and you're connected to others. And that moment of bliss that you get from actually opening your heart and talking to someone and getting that confirmation from them, it melts you, it changes you, it rearranges the neurons and neurochemicals around. And I'll be honest, it makes you incredibly attractive. And this goes for men and women, right? A man in their flow state, doing something with his hands, in the gym, just crushing it. Doing certain things that make them tap into their creativity. They're taking action on things, they're moving, they're gaining momentum, they're getting better. They're on this upward spiral, right? Same for women, it's like they're doing something with their time. They're engaging with their love and their intuition and their own imaginative nature. They're going towards their desires. And they're not ashamed of their own power and strength. And they're not ashamed of their own vulnerability. And they're nurturing their own inner qualities. Isn't this what we're doing, right? Isn't this being tapped into your masculine and feminine, like, together, like as a man and a woman? Like, isn't that an attractive thing? Imagine a very, very feminine woman. No masculine quality whatsoever. Kind of not that interesting, right? Okay, she's very, very feminine, but she's a touch of a masculine quality there. Determination. It's just like a little sprinkle, right? It's like Salt Bay. And for a man, you take him and you go, okay, a little bit of softness, a little bit of compassion in there to match his intelligence. Okay, here. It's a little sprinkle. So a little sprinkle of the opposite gender, okay, that gives you that boom, that inside, that flow state activation. Okay, this is what this channel is about. How to activate that flow within you that already exists. Your brain is a pharmacy. You know that you can tap into this anytime that you choose. You're always a moment away from momentum. So let's start to create a lifestyle, a life path where you get into flow much naturally and you are being that magnet. You're being that attractor switch where you can just switch on into the flow and you notice, hey, as I'm in the flow, I don't have to do anything else because everything is going to come to me. That's the mindset. And one thing that I want to remind you of, if you're on this journey, you got to trust and believe in the flow. You got to know that when you tap into the flow, all this stuff is going to happen. You got to have an emotional connection to that. When you know that you tap in, the attraction switch is going to click, and then it's going to bring in all the goodies, okay, and all the baddies, okay? Have an amazing day. I hope that this video helped you out today, gave you some perspective, gain leverage over it, and tap into the flow state today. And now there's many ways you can do this. I help you ultimately create a flow state lifestyle, so if you are interested in that, I do one-on-one coaching sessions. We have an incredible Sunday event on mastering sexual energy. Definitely go to that. If not, the recording will be here as well. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. See you next time. Boom.